Hey, DGB sisters, Donna Rudowitz here, coming in to say hello, to have a conversation with you. One of the lovely things that I get to do every single day is here at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond, we get to witness the unfolding of a woman who's come to us with a heart that has been broken, with a soul fracture that has run so deep so many times. It's causing her suffering. And these are women who are successful, intelligent, bright women who have it together in so many areas of their life. But on this personal side is where they're finding the difficulty. They may have post-divorce gone out there and begun to date only to find out that they're attracting their ex 10 times over. They may have been hurt so much by the divorce that they know they want to go out there and meet someone. They don't want to be the cat lady living in the condo alone, but yet they've been hurt so bad that the fear is keeping them a prisoner because they don't want to be hurt again, right? And so this is where we enter into the state of suffering, in that our emotional set point is one way, where our reality is one way of what it is in this moment. And then in our mind and our soul and our heart is in a different place, and we just don't know how to get there. See, I think that's the part that becomes so frustrating for many women. It's not that the dream isn't in her heart. It's not that there's not a seed for the dream. It's not that there's not a desire to have and be showing up in a different form, in a different life, and wanting to love again. See, I think as a human being, and I don't know if you agree or disagree with this, but this is, as a woman, one of the lovely things we get to do as women is we get to love. We get to stand in love. We get to build homes. We get to build lives. We get to create. If you give a woman a seed, she could create a tree. If you give a woman pieces of vegetables or fruit or meat, she can make a meal. If you give a woman pieces of furniture, pieces of things throughout a home, she's going to build a home. If you give her a sperm, she's going to create a baby. So we, as women, we are naturally creative. We are natural. We create. We are the matriarchs of our home and our family. We are the energetic set point. So our children and our children's children, right, going down the generational path, look at us as the energetic set point. And so today's conversation is bringing order out of confusion, right? Because your life may feel out of order. It may feel completely out of order. It may feel like this is 100% not the plan that you had destined for yourself. And I agree with you. We didn't wake up as a little girl to end up here. We didn't wake up as a little girl to end up divorced. We, as little girls, would have the dream of creating the life, of having a marriage, of having a family, of having a future. Who thought it would end up this way? But here's the deal, it did, right? And so I'm not denying it. I'm not minimizing the pain. I'm not saying there's no justice to be had. I'm not saying there's not accountability. I'm not saying there's not conversations that need to be had. But what I am saying, at some point, in order to shorten that gap, our suffering gap, it's bringing the heart and the head of what we want, looking at the reality of what we have, and then figuring out how we're going to cross the bridge, right? So that's what we do here at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond. Is we are on one side of the bridge, we want to go over to the other side of the bridge, and that's what we teach women through our elite 12-week rapid transformational results coaching program, where it's not just a program, it's a community, because we're connected with other women like us, right? And so one of the things, going back to today's conversation of bringing order out of confusion, is that rebellion is a spirit that will make you tear up good stuff. And so what I mean by that, we may be resisting our current environment. We may not want what is in front of us. We may feel frustrated or angry or sad. Maybe there's grief, right? Maybe there's a mixture of all of those emotions. But rebellion, when we're in a rebellious spirit as a result of a traumatic circumstance, and I consider divorce to be a traumatic circumstance, that is not necessarily the energetic frequency we want to stay in, because what happens is the more we get angry, the more we look at what we don't have, the more we see other people living the life that we want that we don't have. It creates more of that in our life, right? And it's not, the feeling is different from the fact. Right. So what ends up happening is those toxic emotions, those toxic thoughts begin to fester. Right? It begins to fester. And then what ends up happening is it completely throws your life, your thoughts out of order. So what we need to do is, we're not, again, denying, we're not blaming or shaming or condemning, but what we're saying, and there's many areas of our life, we may have really good order. We may be really good at our jobs. We may have great families. We may be really good humans in this world. But this personal side, the love that we have towards ourselves, the love that we have in our heart for another person to come in. If we want the life that we know is in our heart, we must bring boundaries, order, and structure to our life on this side of our life, our personal side of our life. Right? If you think about it, there's no life that can grow without boundaries, order, and structure. As a human being is being formed in her mother's womb, if she did not have the womb environment to form, to grow, to be nurtured, that baby would not be able to survive outside the womb until it's time for her birth. So I want you to know that this pain that you're going through, this feeling of suffering that you're going through, you are getting ready for your rebirth. Right? This divorce didn't happen to you. It happened for you. It's an opportunity for course correction. And you could allow everything to go out of control, or you could say, this is my time to take back control. We are the master of cause. We are not the victim to effect. And so what we do is we begin to put things back in place. This goes here, that goes there. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to manage this. Is we begin to understand the power that we have. And not every thought is true. Feelings are not facts. We begin to stop blindly surrendering to the thoughts, the patterns, the beliefs, the behaviors that are embedded in our system that maybe our families shared with us, maybe society has shared, and we begin to challenge those. I'm not saying we're resisting those. I'm just saying we're challenging those. We're putting in a stop point to say, wait a minute, before I let this sit into my soul, before I bring this into my system, let me just take a moment to actually check, right? Fact check. Is this a feeling or is this a fact? It is time to bring order back to your life. And you may not know, how do I get from one side of the bridge and to the other? How do I bring back order in my life? This is your opportunity. Come join us at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond. This is exactly what we do. We are a community of smart, intelligent women. We are doctors. We are nurses. We are teachers. We are real estate agents. We are entrepreneurs, you name it. We are smart, intelligent women who are badass on the work side. It's this personal side we just can't seem to move the needle on. So if I'm speaking to you, if you are hearing this and you are ready to create your life and make the rest of your life the best of your life, it is time for you to take back power over your life. You are not the victim to effect. You are the master of cause. And yes, you took a tumble, and yes, you took a roll, but let's not let this tumble and roll compound so you end up spending 10, 20, 30 years in suffering. You've suffered long enough. It's time to put the period, but only you could put a period on that sentence, and only you could create the new story, because I know how it feels to want to have this just miraculously disappear. I know how it feels to say, I don't know if I have enough strength to really create the life I want. And I'm here to tell you, because I see this every day, you 100% have the strength. If you have a desire in your heart to live something greater than you're living, that means, my friend, you have the strength. This is your soul's calling. This is your soul musing saying, and knocking on the door saying, hello, is anybody there? Because I'm here. And the moment we could really, truly listen to our soul and stop resisting what we think we should do, is the moment that life begins to unfold. And I could tell you it becomes easy. When you are in the flow and you are operating at the highest level vibrational frequency of yourself, when you are in alignment with your heart, your head, your soul, life becomes easy. It does. Things come to you. People come to you. Opportunities come to you. Experiences come to you. This divorce has the potential to annihilate your soul if you let it. Anything without boundaries, anything without structure, anything that is out of control. Think about a weed. Pardon me. Think about a weed. If you let a weed go out of control, it is going to take over, right? The entire area. We have bamboo trees that were planted in my area by my home. And they weren't planted with the structure so it would contain the roots. And what ended up happening is the bamboo trees ended up taking over and really became a problem. It's the same thing. If your thoughts and your emotions and things are out of control on the personal side of your life, it has the ability to take over. But here's the good news. The moment you decide, wait a minute, I'm writing the table and I'm taking over, is the moment your life changes. So with that said, if if you're here, you're listening, come join us on this journey. My message, if my message is resonating with you, do not wait another day. Book a breakthrough call with me. Let's chat. Let's get you in the program and let's get you started. And with that said, see you later. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.